Hey everybody, Carl here from Abt, and in this video we're going to show you how to properly unbox the new QN85D series QLED TV from Samsung. The one we're going to be unboxing is a 55-inch model. It may vary a little bit depending on the size of the TV that you purchase, so make sure you consult the manual just to be on the safe side, but we're going to show you how to do it here on the 55-inch coming right up. First things first, on the 55-inch, it's actually closed with a piece of tape across the top of the box, so we're just going to cut through that to see all of the accessories. Here we've got a piece of the pedestal, and the rest are in this bag over here. And then there should be one more piece of pedestal inside the box. So the next thing we're going to do is just pull this piece of tape off the rest of the way here just to make this part easier. Throw that off to the side, and then you're going to have these perforations down the back of the box on the 55-inch model. On the 65-inch model, you're just going to lift the box up off of the TV. 55-inch is a little different. So we're going to kind of peel this in here and then just go right down these perforations. On each side. And then just sort of push down. It's already pre-cut down here, so that should fold down nice and easily there for you. Next, we're going to remove the piece of styrofoam here on the top. And once you do that, on the left-hand side, on the back of the TV here, you're gonna have the other piece of the pedestal. So you just pull that out. It's this metal piece here, and we'll set that off to the side. Now at this part, we want to take the TV out of the box. We are running into a little thing here. In the instructions, it says to put your hand all the way down to the bottom underneath the TV and lift. There aren't cutouts in the styrofoam to do that. So the way we're doing it is the person on the left of the back is gonna grab right under here where the connections are. And then on the other side, you have either where the power cord goes, or there's a little spot if you go down even further where you can get a little bit of a grip on it. Just be extremely cautious during this step. Make sure you're not pinching the screen at all as you lift, but you're gonna have to do whichever way feels most comfortable if you run into this situation. And then with the help of a second person, we're just gonna lift this out of the box and set it face down on a flat surface. Now we're going to show you how to assemble and install the pedestal. First thing you're going to want to do is make sure you have the base plate here and the neck plate here, and you're going to want to remove this wire cover. Now this is, you're supposed to be able to do it with just your bare hand. It's on there pretty good. So if you don't want to hurt your finger, we just tore a little piece of the styrofoam packing material off of the TV, and you're just going to kind of fold it up and put it in here, and then we're using just a Phillips head screwdriver, and get it in there and just sort of pry it up, and this will pop right off. You can try and use your fingers. We were having a hard time doing it with just our fingers, so we used the Phillips head screwdriver. You're not necessarily supposed to do that, but that's the way we were able to get it to work. Now you're going to take on the base plate, you're going to take this little white plastic piece on the bottom, and that's going to pop up. This is honestly one of the most interesting ways I've ever had to assemble a pedestal before. But you pop this little white plastic piece up and then just set it back down. It's not gonna sit flat. This piece is just gonna be hanging off the back. And then you're gonna take these 4 holes right here, and those are gonna match up with 4 pins on the top of the base plate. And you'll hear a little click when you put it on there, and I'll get to that in a second, but then you're just gonna push it forward and it's gonna click into place again. Then you're gonna tilt it forward once more, push this plastic piece back in, and lock it down. Now, if for any reason you ever have to take this pedestal assembly apart, it's not super straightforward. You're gonna have to pop this plastic piece off again, and then there's a metal tab here on the bottom, and you have to pull that out. It feels magnetic. I don't know if there's a spring or if it's a magnet, but you pull it out, and then you have to kind of shuffle the neck piece up, and then it'll slide back out again, just in case you ever have to take it apart. Our next step is going to be to open these 2 tabs on the back. Now again, Samsung says to do it by hand. It's not so easy to do the first time. The second time gets a little easier. but you can just kind of put your thumb in there and pull down. We also found that if you take that piece of styrofoam that you ripped off before potentially, and you kind of stuff it in there with a Phillips head screwdriver, you can sort of pry that open if you're having trouble. Ideally, you want to use your hands first so you don't risk damaging anything. And once you have those two pieces down, you're going to move over to the back of the television. Now that we're at the back of the TV and you've got these tabs popped open, you'll see these two kind of keyholes up here behind these tabs. And then on the back, you're going to see another tab right here. Everything's going to line up. This little tab in the middle is going to line up with this little cutout, and then those little keyholes are going to line up with these two notches at the top, and you'll set that into place. So you're going to have it on the back here now, lining everything up, and then you're going to have to slide it down, and you'll see inside there's little arrows that show you that it goes to your right, assuming you're standing at the bottom of the TV. Make sure you're holding on to the neck of the pedestal the whole time, and then you're probably going to want to grab onto, there's a little cutout here on the right on the back, and kind of grab onto that while you're holding onto the pedestal and slide everything over, being careful not to put too much weight down on the back of the TV so you don't damage the screen. It is definitely not the easiest process, but that's the best way we've found to do it. Next, we're going to push those tabs closed, and then we're going to take these two plastic pieces that come in the bag with all the accessories, and you'll see one end has a tab on it, the other has a notch cutout. The notch is going to go at the bottom, so you're going to place the tab into the cutout here and push down on that till it locks into place, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. Finally, we have the plastic part of the cable management that again just goes back in the way we took it out. Two tabs at the top, those slide into place, and then you can push it down. If you're running the power cord back through here, you'll want to attach the power cord first before you do any of this, or if you're going to plug in any of your other like HDMI cables, you'll want to kind of route them through here first if you plan on using this cable management piece. And now with the help of a friend, we're just going to pick it up and flip it around. And last thing to do is plug in the power cord and turn the TV on, and that's pretty much all there is to it. We'll take the foam off here so you can see, and there's also a protective cover of protective film on the screen itself that you're going to want to peel off before you wind up using the TV. But like I said, pretty straightforward. Actually, maybe not the most straightforward unboxing we've ever done here, with the missing handholds and the pedestal being a little and getting blasted with electricity. But yeah, take your time with this one. It's not quite as easy as some of the other ones we've unboxed, and just make sure that you're taking good care of your TV so that there's no damage to it by the time you're done. Thanks as always for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.